Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Pralus in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up the mid. Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Gravitas. Glory. Harbu's kicking top. Prayless in the jungle. Harry's up.
Not yet.
Three
And in they
people.
go. Flows in the traps. That's the last breath. And Chiefs are looking for the big V here. It's still not over. I can't believe it, Bryce. And it looks like they're going to John. And he's going for more. The double kill for the Jinx. Order cannot be stopped. This is just absolute destruction right now. And all of a sudden, Mimic comes to the party. He does get a massive stun, and that turns it right around. You've just got to give an absolute standing ovation to the heirs apparent of the OPL.
Welcome to the League of Legends OPL Grand Final!
4 splits, 4 titles. They cement their legacy as the OPL Kings.
Hello, welcome to Rewind. I'm not the most handsome jungler in O's. Wait, what? Sorry, I should not get Juves to write my intros. My name is Sean Callanan. I am owner and founder of SG Esports and Gravitas, and I am stepping into the hosting chair today to fill in for Juves. Unfortunately, he's unwell, but he will be back on deck. Unless I do a really good job and he doesn't get this job anymore, he'll be back on deck next week, and you will see him on stage this week for Split 2. This week, my special guest is, and I'm going to go to the flick to the new shot as I'm figuring it out, is our ADC and the for Gravitas. He's known as Raid. Raid, welcome to Rewind.
Hey guys, thank you. It's a pleasure to have me. Pleasure to have myself here. I've been waiting for a while to be on this show.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not with Juves because that would be a bit too much drama in one show. So it's good that you're here.
Exactly. I'm glad you're happy to be here, and thank you for clarifying that. So you've watched Rewind, and as always, as Juves will say, hey, get in there, leave a comment. Leave a comment in the chat. I'm doing my best to look at the screen and look at the chat and look at the screen and look at the chat. It's a Juves move. He does it every week on Rewind, and good to see him there in the chat. So drop a comment in the chat, whether it's in Twitch or Facebook or Twitter. But Raid, wanted to Split 2 is about to start this week. Week 1, we kick it off with AV on Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then Mammoth on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Looking forward to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely. We've been practicing for 2 weeks now, and it's pretty unfortunate circumstances considering the AV support's banned. But we're not letting anything change our preparation. I'm actually pretty happy with the schedule, how it's been lined up for our first 2 weeks. They're obviously really important games for us, but I think we've always come really close and or even beaten these teams, So I think the first week will be really good for us, and we've been training really hard recently.
So let's just rewind, because that's the title of the show. Let's look back at Split 1. It was our first season as a team, getting everyone together, getting into the house, new teammates gelling. What was your takeaway of the first, our first split and Split 1 overall?
The end result obviously was, not what we wanted at all. I came into this team expecting like a top, a gauntlet finish and potentially top 3. We were very close, obviously. Like we needed to win 1 game out of our 3 to make gauntlet, but at the end of the day, we didn't. So, but like in terms of like not just results based, I'm pretty impressed with a lot of people in our team, especially I've played with my support Decoy for almost 2 years now, so we kind of got our own stuff sorted out, but especially Harry in particular, because it was his rookie split. He's always been like a really good solo queue player.
Yep.
And obviously my first split, it's just it's the start of your whole career. It doesn't really. You kind of just learn. You're learning so much the first split, so I'm really looking forward to see what he can bring for the second split. And he's been playing pretty well in practice, so I'm looking forward to it.
So what was your off-season? What did your off-season look like? How did you step away from Split 1? Did you take a break? Was it something you usually do? Did you follow a certain pattern? Was there something you did in the off-season?
This off-season, I kind of didn't really do much. Obviously took a break from League, like as everyone should, like just a little break. I started playing solo queue maybe 2 weeks before we got back into the house for practice. But I went on a few road trips with my family, some friends. Yeah, I didn't really do too much.
And then getting back into the pre-season. When did you get started? When did you move into move back into the house? When you've sort of got back into proper scrim mode?
Let me have a look at my calendar. I moved back. I think it's like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I moved back into the house about 3 weeks ago. Um, we didn't start practice 3 weeks ago, but my internet at my mum's house is so bad, so I just came here to play.
Yep.
Yeah, but we started practice about 2 weeks ago.
And so we haven't had no changes to the roster from split 1 to split 2 on the field on the Rift, but we have made a change with Bryce stepping back into focusing on his shoutcasting career, and Calvin Vicarious coming in as coach. Has that transition been, and how's he fitting in? How's the scrim schedule going with Calvin's feedback?
Well, look, when I first heard the news, obviously, I mean, it was a bit scary for me because I think Bryce is, very good coach, very smart about the game. We all got along with him very well. It was a bit of a shock to me, and I was a bit worried for this split. But ever since, we've been with Calvin for about a week and a half, and you get to know someone over like living with them, being with them over like, even just a week period.
Yep.
And he's been really fantastic because I've had about 8 coaches before across all my teams I've played for. So I think Calvin has a very, very good knowledge of the game, and he's very good at communicating with his players. So those are 2 very important things.
Well, that's good. If anyone has got a question for Raid, please leave it in the comments. There's no need to do the health check for Juves. Most of the conversation in the chat at the moment, Raid, is everyone's worried if Juves has got man flu or what strain of man flu he has, and whether you can catch it from the Twitch chat, those kind of things. So thank you for the people who are worrying about Juves' health, but I'm rest assured he'll be back on deck next week. The other thing that was happening, obviously, I just spoke about it before. We're going in with a settled lineup and some consistency going into Split 2, but it's been a lot of change from Split 1 to Split 2 with a lot of rosters, with new players coming on board. Have you been keeping an eye on? Obviously, you're scrimming against some of these teams.
Yeah, of course.
What's your take on the amount of change? Because it's a bit rare to be changing so much between Split 1 and Split 2 to see so much movement this year.
I mean, I've played the last 3 years of OPL, and this is actually, this happens all the time, to be honest. After this first split, people just bring in imports or like, all these drastic changes. Some of them make sense to me, but like, for example, like a team like Dials, I really couldn't understand it because I feel like they got 2 really solid imports, yeah?
Yep.
Like I've watched their support play in EULCS. I think he's a really good player. Their jungler is Raze, yeah? I think it's Raze.
Yep.
Anyway, he's played with Teddy. Some really good players, but like, so I still can't really understand if you're importing like that high level talent, why you wouldn't just go all out on making like the best kind of roster you can if you're spending that much money. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a half effort. So like, I'm not saying anything bad about some of their players, but it's really risky. It seems really risky to me, if that makes sense.
It does. They've got to. They've got to gel quickly, come together, and the goal is for the Direwolves is to get back to that, winning brand that they had. They've obviously been representing OS at Worlds, and they want to get back to that piece. So it's a bit of a change of tact. And then we saw the Bombers. Good to see FBI head overseas and get a slot with the Golden Guardians.
Yeah, that was expected. I was waiting for that for a very long time.
Yeah, so it's good to good to see him get that chance.
Yeah, no, he's a very good player. Like, I'll give you an example. Like when we played Rift Rivals last year with Legacy, we would scrim like all the Japanese teams and Vietnamese teams,
Yep.
And going there, we were all like, like really excited to face these guys. Like, wow, they're going to be like really good, And then when we start scrimming them, like on an individual skill base, the difference is like almost non-existent. Like really, like so like versing someone like FBI, I've always thought like he's a world-class player. if he obviously has so many things to improve on, but like his like raw skill is enough to become like easily a top 4 ADC in NA.
Terrific. Question for you from the Twitch chat from Kalaja. Which team are you most looking forward to playing this split?
Probably Mammoth.
Yep.
Probably, yeah, with their new addition to their roster, Fudge Cake, because I'm very close with that whole team, and I've known Fudge Cake for a while now, so I'm really interested to see how he plays on stage. And we're versing them in the first week.
On Saturday at 4
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah. We obviously don't know who's going to be playing top, but I'm really looking forward to that match.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. So many like last split we saw AV doing the jungle swapping and not knowing who you're playing. A few more teams are doing that this split, which makes, I guess, the whole planning and pick ban and the challenge for you guys trying to plan for each game.
Yeah, it definitely does. But that's like, it doesn't really change the preparation too much as long as you know, like let's say there's 2 junglers, obviously. It won't really affect the whole draft that much because when you've kind of planned for both scenarios. So when you get on stage, before you get on stage, we obviously find out who we're versing anyway. So it doesn't really change too much, to be honest.
So there's more focusing on what you're planning to do and not really reacting to what they're doing?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that question. Juves pretty much can't be sidelined. He's asking a question in chat. How have the scrims been going is his question.
Who's that, Juice?
Juves. Like, obviously you're not replying to him, even though he's calling him from his sick bed, but he's asking how the scrims going.
He's probably not even sick. He's just lazy.
Oh well.
He's probably not that sick.
Oh, don't start something just before the season starts. No, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm just joking. Scrims recently have been going really well actually, but scrims are scrims. I've been on every team before. People, play bad, play worse. Like, this last gauntlet, some of the teams we were scrimming were getting absolutely stomped. Like countlessly, and then they just performed so well on stage. So like, scrims are just, scrims are just like a base for morale, like up and down. Sometimes it's all about the learning process.
Yep.
The kind of more you're learning as a team and like strategy, that's the important stuff. Because like doesn't really, it just fluctuates. Like honestly.
So it's more what you take away from scrim than win-loss.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Another question from Win Guardian from Legacy. He asks thoughts on Legacy this split. He's actually said, I heard they are top 8 contenders to win split 2. I think I would have him in my top 8 to win split 2. I don't know about yourself.
Oh, you know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
Yep.
It's a bit of a toughie, but yeah, I reckon they're top 8 for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. I think every game, last split, there was a lot, it was pretty much any game could go either way. And I think there's more instability going into split 2. With the roster changes and different tactics, that if you're off your game, anyone can beat you.
Oh, Legacy do have the best jungler in the region, so, if they can just play around here, they should be able to win every game. Shout out to Aldo.
All right, and so say hello to Prayla sitting next to you.
Where is he?
No, that's fine.
I don't know where he is. I think he's gone. I don't know where he is.
That's right.
Jackson's playing solid. Jackson's streaming right now.
He is. So what are your goals for the split?
My goals for this split. My goals have kind of always been the same for the last. I mean, I had some goals on Legacy.
Yep.
I achieved those goals. This year, first split, my main goal was to be in the top 3 damage percent for my role.
Okay.
For the first 7 weeks, I was top 2. That's obviously a huge contributor to that was because I was playing Ezreal like a lot of my games. But then towards the end of the split, I started having a lot of shaky performances, I think. So that went down a lot. So I just want to kind of look towards consistency, like more towards this split, because I don't want to have like a few bad weeks, a few good weeks, because it's a very intense split. Like all the teams are really good right now. So I think like winning all the game, like winning as many games as you can, not stumbling on, these low tier games is really important.
Yeah, I want to check in on the chat. because I think we've just had Pralis chime in. He wasn't. You might need to talk to Pralis after this, after giving a shout out to the best jungler in the OPL when you live with him. But that's fine. It's all part of the banter. So thank you very much for Pralis for watching. You will get your right of reply on Rewind in a future week. But please, if you've got any other questions, please send them in on the chat. I guess the other thing I wanted to talk about, and it's coming up, is how did you get your start playing League? Go back to the early days. You talked a bit before about Harry being a rookie, and
Yeah.
and like how did you get your start? Where did you get your, I guess, entry into the OPL? How did that path happen for you?
Well, I was just playing League like a lot in high school,
Yep.
and after high school finished, I kind of I took a year off, before I went to uni.
Yep.
So I had like a gap year. I was just playing soccer every day and just playing League every day. And during that time, I started getting really high elo. I think I was like 800 LP back then. And Sin, like Rogue, like the Bombers support right now, he added me.
Yep.
And we played maybe 70 duo games together. So that was like, when was that? I think that was after Split 1 2016.
Okay.
And then I was in talks with Sin, like to join their roster as the main ADC. And Juves was on the team at that time. And Juves and I had some bad solo queue experiences together. So Juves actually said no for me to join that team.
Yep.
And then, so then after that, I ended up joining Abyss.
So in again, this is like ancient history in
It is.
OPL terms, but you pretty much went from playing solo queue and duo and then straight into the OPL. Did you play OCS? Did you play in any other organized tournaments?
I played open ladder for fun with some people, but I didn't play OCS. I really had no interest in playing OCS.
Yep.
Yeah, like I actually wanted to play OPL, but I'd rather just grind really hard, get high rank, and then just go straight into the OPL.
Okay.
Because with the OCS, it's a very big coin flip. Like you can, like if you are a good player, you'll get noticed and stuff, but you can get like RNG'd with some bad teams, and it can like kind of stunt things for you.
Yep. All right. So yeah. So thank you for that. That's a good backstory. I do want to mention while we are here, the Summoner Society Grand Final is on next Monday.
Cool.
So that will be on next Monday. You can tune into that on the Sumsoc channel. Summoner Society are the community partner for Gravitas for this split. So we're really looking forward to supporting grassroots and helping them grow and produce the next level of OPL and OCS players to help grow the region. So if you haven't tuned in this on Monday the 10th. Grand final will be on Crack and White versus Weekend Warriors on the Sumsoc channels. So, lastly, get that plug out of the way. Thanks, Reddy. Who is this rando? I'm Sean Callanan. I own the team. So if I want to host the show, I can host the show.
Did someone say to you, "Who is this rando?"
Pretty much, yeah. But that's Twitter chat. That's Twitch chat for you.
God,
but good to have you on board. Everyone is providing some feedback, which is all welcomed. Like I said, happy to take on hecklers. More than happy to. So this week, AV 6 o'clock, Mammoth 4 o'clock. How do you think this week will go? Looking ahead.
I think we have a pretty good shot at touring this week if we stick to what we've been practicing, because we've been doing pretty well towards the end of this end of last week and the start of this week in practice. Like looking back at last split, like when the split finishes, you like really regret all those previous games at the start because they all add up. Like, oh crap, we could have won that game, or like all those things. So I think we're just going to be looking to like go at it really hard from week on, because there's only 10 weeks, like. Yeah. So hopefully we can get both wins. If not, hopefully we can have a really good showing versus both the teams and get one win.
Yeah. I mean, it was something we did in the review. Like, it was really tough to not get one of those wins on week 10. And, you know, we really rued those 3 games. But you're right. If we can, early wins count as much as late wins during the season. So get them when you can get them. So if we can get the wins early, we don't have to face that dire consequences of a final week. That's pretty much what we want to try to do.
Yep, that's it.
So, and I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show. Where can people follow you and connect with you and reach out to you and say hello to your face on what channels? Where's the best place to go?
I don't really have too many social medias. I use Twitter the most, Twitter and Instagram pretty much. So if you want to follow me at Twitter, my Instagram's in there too.
Yep.
My Twitter's twitter.com/sayraid, SAYRAID. And on there, my Instagram's there too.
And your Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
It's J_SKRDS.
Okay. And
it's on my Twitter.
It is on your Twitter, and it's on the Gravitas feed, the Tuesday takeaways. You're providing videos, and we'll do some more content each week.
I don't really post gaming related stuff on Instagram. It's more like a get to know me personal kind of account, I guess.
So what do people what do they find out? What's something that people don't know?
Oh, no, it's just like I guess it's just my personal life. I kind of just post unrelated league stuff. So if people want to, you know, get to know me, you know, on a more personal level, I guess they can see what I'm like. But I don't really post many videos, just pictures.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing how you go in Split 2 and seeing how this stream goes. We've also had, just looking at the columns, Dylan has said hello from the Facebook feed. He said he's had a shout out to you. So thanks very, very much for coming on the show. And for the people who are worried about the rando standing here in the Sports Geek office, well, I promise we'll have Juves back next week. But thank you very much for coming on. Coming up next, we're going to throw back to Pabu, who is streaming. You can follow him on Pabu22, Pabu Os, all the channels. He is someone
you can see his stream. There he is.
There he is. Yep. We're doing a live cutaway. This is very meta, like pulling your computer around to see.
No, I'm just pulling the webcam off.
Put the monitor down. That's fine. Webcam is fine. Pabu is up next. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Sean Callanan. Thank you very much, Raid. Follow Raid, say Raid, and look out for Gravitas this Friday and Saturday night. And also our Gravitas Academy team, which will be playing this Thursday at 5:45. We play Mprox this week. Until next week, we will be back. And yes, this music is being built by Pabu's dad. So thank you very much for sending that through with a bit of Gravitas glory. Yep.
The tune?
Yeah, the tune is now playing, so it is the theme song.
We play that before scrims, every scrim.
All right, so thanks, Raid, and tune in next week, and we're back to Pabu.
Raid and decoy down in bot. Gravitas.